Good numbing. It's the fourth day of streaming in a row. I'm a little tired. But hello YouTube, I hope you're all doing well. We're back. Today starting another PS1 classic of my youth that I really wanted to get to. That I've kind of been itching to get to since before I even started Tomb Raider 3, so oops. And that is tactical espionage action. Metal Gear Solid. For the originally released on the PlayStation 1. I actually still have my PS1 box of Metal Gear Solid with the superior European box art. But we obviously, as you can see, we're playing off the Master Collection, which gives you things like the Master Book, which is like a art book. You can get the screenplay if you want to see it, like here, there, and everywhere. You can also download the North American and Japanese version, because it's worth mentioning, regardless of where you are in the world, when you buy it, it defaults to the European version, aka the PAL version that runs 10% slower. So you need to install the US one separate, which is what I've done. But this Master Collection, something that is actually pretty damn cool. I'm just going to be playing base Metal Gear Solid, but the Special Mission that was originally released in Europe is here too. The VR missions, which was the North American, essentially the North American version of Metal Gear Solid, or the North American bonus version is there, and Integral, which, if you don't know what Integral is, after all these versions came out, in Japan exclusively, they made essentially like a director's cut version. Integral takes a lot from just these other versions and puts it into that, so I will just be sticking with basic Metal Gear Solid. So I may not on much finishing Chapter 3, we want to repeat such stuff. Yeah, no worries, dude. But yes, we're going to be just playing base Metal Gear Solid. Integral is a nice addition, but I genuinely just grew up with the original MGS, so I'm just going to play the original MGS. Additionally, you can edit your save file, like a PS1 save file, and this will be, if anyone who doesn't play Metal Gear Solid, don't worry about it. It'll be relevant for one specific little thing later on. For those who know, however, yes, this is the way they keep that section alive. It's the same reason why when we go into the game, there is a emulator menu for the Master Collection of MGS1. But firstly, iconic. Oh, it would have, the only way that could have been better is it did the PS1 startup sound as well, like before it. But I hope you're doing well, dude. But yeah, there's an emulator menu that you can bring up, and in the emulator menu, you can change what controller port you're on. That is also relevant to something later on. Good. You could turn on texture smoothing for this emulator, but I can't stress enough, I put it on for like a minute and like it made everything look blurry, so I turned it off. So it is going to look more pixely than what you might have seen. Because there was, I can't remember how long ago there was a PC port of Metal Gear Solid 1, and that like completely properly smoothed over all the textures. So this is going to look more pixely than what some of you may have seen online. But I would rather it this than the AI smoothing that they put on the Master Collection. It looks bad. But you really love Game Maker? I hope so. I'm really enjoying SVS. I need to get back to it. To be honest, where I've been streaming every day this week because I'm going to be busy over the weekend, I really haven't had that much time to. But here we're getting given our two main objectives. Our first one, get the DARPA chief and the arms tech president, Donald Anderson, and Kenneth Baker. And the second objective, find out if Foxhound, the terrorist unit, actually can launch a nuke, if their nuclear threat is legitimate.
Approach the disposal facility by sub. And then we'll launch a one-man SDV.
That swimmer delivery vehicle.
After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
I'll wait until we're more proper in the game, but I have a pretty damn extensive history of Metal Gear Solid, and by that I mean I've played
still
and
around.
beaten
There are 6 members of Fox
every Metal Gear Solid bar 3.
Psycho Mattis with his powerful
And I've at
psychic
least
abilities.
played all of them bar
Sniper
1.
Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy
The only ones I haven't beaten, I've never beat Metal Gear Acid 2 because I honestly just got bored. And I never beat Phantom Pain because I genuinely don't like Phantom Pain. I'm sorry, Phantom Pain fans. It's one of those games that maybe one day I'll give it another shot, but when I played it, I genuinely got so goddamn tired of the open worlds so quickly. The only one I should have never played is Survive, and I honestly have no real interest in changing that.
The same codename as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by
My very first Metal Gear game wasn't this, it was MGS3.
This is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment.
But I've been a Metal Gear Solid fan since I was 9 years old, when I first played Metal Gear Solid 3.
Don't expect any official support.
I fucking loved 3, and it inspired me to go back and play the rest of the series. But that's a long way off. I'm not going to play 3 until 1 and 2's done. And I'm not going to rush into 2 after this one's done, because 2 is a lot longer and there's a lot more going on. But that was just the preamble, by the way. Now we're actually at the proper title screen. I'm just super casual about this series. That's fair enough. But this is the emulator pause menu, by the way, for anyone who's curious. To bring it up, you press both bumpers at the same time, so both R1 and L1. I'm just sitting embarrassing. My starting point of series was 4 and Rising. And you know what? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I say that 4 was probably a colder awakening than you maybe were ready for, because 4 is so in the trenches of its own story and lore and plot pieces that it probably, for your first entry, was probably a little confusing at first. But you can see down here, you can change what player slot you're in. So you can make yourself a player 2. You can change the button actions. I'm going to leave it as default because I'm used to it. You can change the screen settings from here as well, like as I'm putting on like the texture smoothing. But like I said, I feel like the texture smoothing makes everything blurry. You can move the display area, which obviously is like psychotic, but whatever. And you can put on wallpapers. But if you've been on my channel for a while, you know I genuinely don't like having wallpapers in 4x3 games. I'd rather it just be a black on the side. I try to respect the series I get into. My personal embarrassment, I'll admit that. No, that's fair enough. Also, if you want to, you can click briefing, and the briefing, I kid you not, is close to, I think, 50 minutes long of breaking down, like, who Snake is, who Roy Campbell is, like what shots he needs to be taking before he comes on this mission, like what this, like more of like a preamble for all the mission is, everything, what everything means, etc, etc. Like it's a huge breakdown of just like the pre-start, but I can't stress enough, you don't need to watch it because they will re-explain 90% of it back into it. The only thing they won't really explain is that Snake was in retirement and he was a wolf musher. He had around 50 huskies and was living alone in Alaska minding his business. He was dragged out of retirement by Roy Campbell. And when I say dragged out, he was basically blackmailed because of the original Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2. Technically, Snake's got war crimes on him, and Roy Campbell basically went, look, do this mission or the public's gonna know about this. So Snake was effectively blackmailed into doing this mission. So, although he has respect for Roy Campbell as a person, he's not happy with Roy. Like, we'll get into that as well in its own thing. He's not happy with Roy for obvious reasons, and there's also a lot more to the picture. But I digress, let's dive in. You can play on hard, you unlock extreme by beating the game. The radar, you're going to be staring at that radar more often than you stare at the screen, so I can't stress enough, do not play on hard on your first playthrough. Because your radar is your most prolific and significant tool in both Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 2. Season of offensive to try and enjoy it. It's not time to Avengers set. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, such an iconic track immediately off the rip. Oh, also fun fact, and you're going to get this a lot out of me as we go on, because I know too much about this series. And I still have the original box and manual, so I can literally prove this. David Hayter, for some reason, went under a pseudonym in this game. Like, you saw him in the opening credits there, which is why I don't get it. But in the manual, he's credited with a John Doe name. It's not actually a John Doe, it's like a different name, but he's literally credited with like a pen name.
I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
And then I don't really know why, because he's credited as David Hayter in the game. Times like that off the riff. Now, there is a trophy that's technically tied to hard mode, and the reason why I say technically is because there's a workaround that stops you from having to do it on hard. There's a trophy for getting at least Fox rank, which every Metal Gear Solid game ranks your end-game performance. Like, when you finish the game, it gives you a ranking. On the
Colonel, can you hear me?
American and European version of the game, you have to play on at least hard to get Fox rank. On the Japanese version, however, that prerequisite doesn't exist. So if you know what you're doing and know where you're going, on the Master Collection, just install the Japanese version and play it on normal. You know, you're making the trophy infinitely easier for yourself by not having to play it on hard.
When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button.
I appreciate they updated the subtitles to say press the touchpad instead of press the select button, but they haven't, like, of course they weren't going to get in, like, the original voice cast from 1998 to fucking re-record it to say press the touchpad button, Snake. But, like, just that we're in. And if you're looking at, like, Snake's life bar at the top there, and like, Jesus Christ, that's tiny. Yeah, this game has a leveling system. And it's the only Metal Gear game to do this. Well, I say Metal Gear 2, classic Metal Gear 2 does it as well. But, as in terms of the Metal Gear Solid series, this is the last time you see it. And it's not like an RPG level, it's every time you beat a boss, Snake just has more health. But we have our tutorial here, which allows you to get an idea of how all the stealth mechanics will work on this iconic PS1 game. There you go. There we picked up a... Sorry, my throat's going already. I haven't even started doing the Snake voice. I picked up a ration, which are these. These are for health. If you have them equipped like this, if you take fatal damage, you'll automatically use one. Additionally, L2 brings up this menu, R2 brings up this one, which I'll explain more what that one is later. L1 quick equips, and quick unequips whatever was the most recent thing on your L1, on your L2. And R1 does the same for R2s. See, stepping in that puddle made noise, so that guard heard and came over to investigate, which allows us to then run around and sneak over here. Can you do me a minor favor? Yeah, sure, go for it. What's up?
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the ground. You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You better hide somewhere.
Alright, now we have to wait whilst the rest of the opening credits play. Can you say the meme? I can, but what meme in particular? Before I do say it. Because there are plenty of iconic voice lines. Oh, Colonel. I'm trying to sneak around, but the clap of my ass cheek keeps alerting the guards. That one. After a while, the elevator will activate and will bring a guard down. If you push up against a wall, the camera will automatically curve around it so you can actually see where you're looking. But we're done with the tutorial. For some reason, none of the guards hear this lift coming back up and question it, so we're good. And just like that, we've done a little tutorial. Now we're... Well, I say we're not done with the tutorial. It's going to explain a lot more yet, and we haven't even met the rest of our crew. We've only spoken to Roy Campbell. I really hope Master Collection 2 has MGS4. Because it's still so weird that genuinely, like, the finale of the saga, for lack of a better words in a lot of ways, is still only on PS3. I get that the PS3 was a nightmare of coding, also title drop, was a nightmare of coding, and so trying to port games off of it is really difficult, which is why there's so many PS3 titles that have never seen remasters or ports or whatever on the light of day. But it's also, it's the finale of the goddamn series, you know? Guns of the Patriots is so important to the story after Sons of Liberty, and it's just not available. And if anyone's curious like how much practice I've done for this playthrough before we start, my answer is technically none, but also technically 11 hours. And if you don't know what I mean, there's this thing called VR missions, and there's a trophy for doing all of them, and I did all of them, and it made me want to commit unalive, because some of them are miserable. It's not an excuse anymore. I checked Steam as Revengeance. Yeah, Steam, Revengeance was also an Xbox 360 game, alongside a PS3 one, and it came out 5 years after MGS4, where they had a much better understanding of the tech. MGS3 is strictly a PS3 exclusive, and it's an early PS3 exclusive. The title is far harder to rework the coding, because they just didn't know how to work around the PS3 as well, and so it would take far more effort to code it out of the PS3 and make it work better on other platforms. In my opinion, it's been long enough that it still isn't much of an excuse. They should have just put the effort in to do it, but I understand why Revengeance has a Steam port and why 4 doesn't, like in that sense.
What's a Russian gunship doing here?
So behind D.
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed.
It's what, because we just came off of playing Tomb Raider 3, right? Tomb Raider 3 came out 2 months after this game, and it's gonna be insane. The severity of voice acting, story, cutscene quality, and all the rest, like the severity of the difference between the two. Like, I think a lot of people nowadays don't realize how much of a game changer Metal Gear Solid 1 was when it came out.
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Sorry.
Oh, and this is back when, like, David Hayter's voice wasn't, like, massacred by doing Snake for years, so he actually still sounds vaguely normal. He's not like in Metal Gear Solid 4, he's like, what has changed? Like, you know, like, his voice is super fucked up. This is still Metal Gear.
Snake, it's an honor to
Hey,
speak
Mei-Ling.
to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so
Oh, here we go.
cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious.
No, I'm
So I know
serious.
I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we
You know
both
what
have
is also
a lot to
kind of
learn
weird?
about each other.
And now, it's like something that I didn't really think about when I was a kid, because, you know, I was a kid. But as I've got older, Mei-Ling was, although, like, she has, like, you know, Asian heritage, she was born and raised in America. Like, why does she have such a thick accent?
And the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
And this is something that even, like, the writers kind of realized, because to be blunt, after this game, Mei-Ling drops the accent. But to be blunt, even after this game, they realized it too. They're like, well, hang on a minute, no, she's born and raised American, why does she have an Asian accent?
was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
And but here we're getting taught about how the radar works. The blue cone, because PS1 limitations, it actually tells you exactly the range the soldiers can see. So if you're just outside that that cone, but they're still looking at you, they won't see you.
Discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here
Hey,
to
Naomi.
back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for
Outside
saving
of
data.
one
Don't
instance,
forget
you
it.
don't actually need to remember codec numbers. The game will
Except for your
remember them.
binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
The only time you need to remember is that later on they'll give you a number for Natasha, and you can beat the entire game without calling Natasha once, which is why it's like just like an optional side thing. But you do actually have to remember and then call the number yourself if you want to save it.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
I'm not playing right now, hence the letterbox. It's just letting you get a good view of the area.
If you want to get in, there's the front door.
There's two
It's
entrances.
the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted.
Well,
by
technically
the
three if you want to try the front door,
Can't just
but I
knock on the door
no.
and ask them to let me in.
There's a vent on the ground level, and on the stairs to your up on there, like Snake's looking at now. There's another vent on the other side of that as well.
Pineapples.
Also, they're going to use a lot of military terminology, but it's military terminology that feels like they read a book on military terminology and went, yeah, we know what it is now. So sometimes they use like sentences that I'm pretty sure no actual military ever used.
Second floor.
Like, it feels like they read one military book and went, alright, they say these things, let's make them say they always say these things. But it also could just be like Kojima having his fun.
I'll let you decide the best COA.
Course of action.
I'm counting on you, Snake.
I say that, I know, like, they do say pineapples, I mean, I'm referring to grenades, but outside of that... Oh, be careful on this snowy bank on the side there, you do leave footprints that the guards can spot. Oh, come on! My toe was in the light! Are you fucking serious? I was like, yeah, I'm far enough away. I just wanted to get these chaff grenades so I could, like, disrupt these. So I could get these stuns. Hey, fucking come here. God damn it. Well, that's not how it's supposed to go, but oh well. That's what happens when you do it live. Also, if you're used to later Metal Gear Solid, something might have just surprised you there. There wasn't a caution state. Caution wasn't invented yet, apparently. They're not cautious at all. The moment you evade them long enough, they just forget about you. There is one more place I do want to try and sneak into, but there's a guard right there, so we need to be careful. Oh, fuck off. Ow. Hey. Fucking magic hands coming at you. Let's get in here. Because in here is your SOCOM. Our first weapon. But be careful. It is not suppressed. You let this baby rip in a public area, you'll fucking know about it. Lastly, you don't need to worry about hiding bodies. PS1 limitations. If a guard is unless the guard's only knocked out, which can happen if you just punch them a lot, or if you don't break their neck, you just strangle them out instead. Which I will almost always break their neck for the record. I'd rather just remove the hurdle and then wait. But to finish my point, sorry, if you ever if you knock them out, their body will stay. It's if you kill them, they despawn. Also, can you see that little red dot in the top left that's moving around? That's a rat. That's a rat in the vent that's been picked up. This guy's just going to circle round.
What was that noise?
What was that noise? Yeah, we're in. What's up?
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
Oh, hello, Master
I
Miller.
quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here.
It's funny because, like, when these games released,
like
Master Miller was in Metal Gear 2 and, like, actually gave you, like, you know, advice and all that stuff. And then, like, he shows up in here, but it's like, he's just, like, the advice giver, and he's going to be tied to something else later on.
There's no one I'd rather have in a fox.
But when you play, like, you know, the rest of the expanded universe, so to speak, like with Peace Walker and Metal Gear Solid 5, he becomes his own character, and he's kind of iconic in his own little way.
My frequency is 141.80. Those mice are Alaskan field mice. Don't worry, they can't hurt you. Wild field mice don't have a thick layer of fat, but they can still survive the bitter winters here without hibernating. They dig tunnels under the snow. That's where they stay warm.
Survival specialists, huh? I should learn from them.
But there's a dark side too. Sometimes the males will kill and eat offspring that's not their own.
To ensure the survival of their own genes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right, genes. A central theme of Metal Gear Solid 1 is your genetic makeup and how it does and doesn't define you. You're going to see as it comes up for all this, genetic makeup is a very core foundation of, like, the entire theming, ideologies, and beliefs of this game. There's no actual real swimming right now in this game. It's just we're holding forward and not drowning. You're just crawling through it, and he held his breath whilst he was crawling through. Don't worry, there will be swimming in this series eventually, just not yet. If you hold triangle, you can, like, free look around and, like, disorient the camera. But we're actually about to enter on the ground floor of the main space. And there are a few things in here we want to try and pick up if we can help it. I just got to be careful not to get spotted, because there's a guard that can... Yeah, this one. I'll wait for him to circle around. There's a guard... The amount of times where I've rushed through, come out here, and there's a guard, like, right there that immediately sees you is, honestly embarrassing. It's happened a lot. Him. What's up?
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
Oh, nearly got spotted. I was like, get out of the animation, get out of the animation. If you have a gun a quick equip, you can get out of the strangle end animation super quickly. Okay, there's something under the tank. I was just going to see if I could hide in there. But I didn't have it equipped, so I was just kind of panicking for a second. If you can stealth kill enemies, like as in perfectly stealth kill them, more often than not they will drop something. So it is actually incentivized to try and do it a little bit. Because you can do that to reset the end of the animation quickly, is what I was trying to do. Okay, there's nothing under this one either. It's always good to check. Oh, I used all my chaffs outside, so I need to be more careful now. You can hide in the blind spot of the camera, by the way, so do so. We need a key for that, so we can't open that yet. Okay, that's open. And there is another camera in there, so we need to be careful. The reason why we're coming over here, though, is we really want this, which is the thermal goggles. The thermal goggles, I'm going to be blunt, are going to be your best friend for so much of the fucking journey that even though it's not mandatory, it always feels mandatory. That was... God damn it. I was trying to push up against the wall and Snake just ran along it. Hey, dude. Fucking... Oh, there is more guys coming. Whoops. trying to hide. I'm gonna get caught a lot, by the way. I'm not trying to be, like, an absolute mastermind of this game sort of thing. We're just gonna go around it, have fun, and try and do our best. Where? Hey. I was literally, you saw me looking down the path. Who saw me? Oh, there is something else we can try and get over there quickly. Hang on. Oh, and there's no shooting in first person, so I can't, like, look over the edge and shoot down, so be wary of that. I was trying to do this, by the way. And that ladder there is if we took the other vent where it would have left us. Oh, we can squeeze in time. We need to go down to B2, but we'll go to B1 first to see if we can clear anything out. Or is it the other way around? No, I think actually B2 is where we have to end up. Yeah, it's the other way around, because on,
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Because B2 is the armory. For some reason I thought it was the other way around. The green dot? We mean that mess of a green dot over there on the minimap? Look at that. I don't think it's supposed to do that.
If you want to go up or down a ladder,
you don't need to tell me how to work a ladder. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna, before I go up here and go get the DARPA chief, I'm gonna go check the armory because we're gonna need some ammo in a second. And be careful. Yeah, the reason why I put that on, the thermals on, is because there's traps all around here. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to like grab him, but oh well. He can just sit there confused for a minute, like what the fuck happened? I think because we don't have a code, the only door we can go in is here. Pick up more bullets. We got some ammo, we're good, let's get out of here. But yeah, so I said he was talking about it as he was going. Like, I have an extensive history of this series. I started with MGS3, and then when I finished it, I went back and brought MGS 1 and 2. I don't actually have my original PS2 copy of MGS2 anymore. The disc eventually got, like... It was already kind of scratched up when I got it because I got it pre-owned, but eventually it just stopped working on my PS2 outright. And the, at the time, HD collection on PS3 and 360 came out, so I just got that instead. But I still have my original MGS3 disc, and I still have my original MGS1 disc. Oh, there's bullets here. I don't even need to do all that. Alright, that's just desk office. Yeah, so if you hold triangle, because the holding triangle is in the first person view, it allows you to actually look around.
Oh,
And you can see...
kind of damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman is built all right.
Hey, Johnny. Series staple and complete joke. That for some reason they make, like, an actual significant character in 4.
Is that a woman?
Yeah. Yes, Snake. That is a woman. Thank Jesus. That a woman?
Snake, the DARPA chief's signal is coming from somewhere in that area. Isn't there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
Oh, whoops. I forgot pressing up does that. Yeah, so you can just call everyone here. If you're wondering where we call Naomi, Naomi and Campbell actually shared a number, so if you want to get a hold of Naomi, sometimes you just can't and you have to accept that.
Who's that?
Oh, and for anyone who is a Metal Gear Solid 3 fan, this is Sigurd.
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the
Just a little bit of
boss
continuity
here
for
to
you.
save your worthless
There are a
butt.
number of things that get retconned later on, and we'll get to them as they go.
It's true.
In fact, Metal Gear Solid 4 is like the poster child of retconning some things for the sake of just making more interesting plots later on.
In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
But when they come up, I will explain a few of them as we go. Or ones that I think are worth bringing up. There's a number of them that I don't think really matter in this game, so I'll just kind of leave them as is. And it's only when later games recontextualize and, well, retcon them that we will talk about them.
Access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Say the line, Snake. Go Metal Gear. Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew?
Yeah, he's already taken down 2 Metal
was one of
Gears.
the most secret black projects.
In this point of continuity, he's taken down,
Know that.
I know they, like, later on changed its name, but it was originally just called The Metal Gear in Metal Gear 1, and then Metal Gear D in Metal Gear 2.
Why else would I come to a...
But now we have the iconic one. We have Metal Gear Rex.
I heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data, and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution,
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL. Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes. Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of Arms Tech.
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Oh, this is going to be in the test. Remember this bit for later. Psycho Mantis reading Donald Anderson's mind to get his launch code. That'll be on the test later. In fact, it'll be later this stream that I will be saying, hey, do you remember that? So that's going to be on the test.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by Arms Tech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card.
Also, if you've somehow been living under a rock and don't know this, Metal Gear as a franchise is very cutscene heavy. The only game that's not is Metal Gear Solid 5, but Metal Gear Solid 5 has a lot of other problems, so it is what it is. But a lot of these Metal Gear Solid games are...
Baker should have them.
If you get rid of all the cutscenes, they're like 3, maybe 4 hours long at most. You put the cutscenes in, and suddenly they're like 11 hours long sometimes. With Metal Gear Solid 4 being the most egregious offender of that. Metal Gear Solid 4, if you skip all the cutscenes, is genuinely like you can get it done in like under 4 hours. But with the cutscenes, it's like, what do you mean this game's 18 hours? It's like, what do you mean like over 2/3 of the game is just cutscenes?
Any other clues?
Yes. They cemented over the entrances, but didn't.
And that's ignoring the fact that, you know,
why don't you look for
the moment you beat the final boss in MGS4, you put the controller down, and like between the final boss dying and you actually being at the credits and being done, it's something like 58 minutes. Like you literally watch a fucking movie.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices...
Oh, this is teaching us about the door codes. Starting even as early as the original Metal Gear, doors had number codes on them, and you need the right keycard to access them.
Okay.
Metal Gear 2
Wait a minute.
started making universal codes, so like you'd get a red card that was level 1, 2, and 3 combined. And Metal Gear Solid started putting the numbers on the doors, so you're not guessing which door key you need. But more importantly...
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
The keys auto stack.
What about the Pentagon?
In Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2, they didn't. So if you went to a level 3 door and you had a level 4 card, the level 4 card would not open the fucking door. You had to go back to a level 3 card to get it open. Well, starting with this game, they made them so they auto stack.
Hey, what happened?
So if it's like in the same scenario, we have a level 4 card and approach level 3 door, the 3 door will just open. And they will clean it up one more time in the next game before completely doing away with the idea in MGS3. Or almost completely doing away with it. They rework a couple things way later in the series, and especially in spin-offs. But as we saw there, the Derby Chief just strangely had a heart attack.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No. Colonel, are you hiding something from me? Absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file. You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file? I told you. The Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
We can't really do anything right now, but yeah, so there goes Donald Anderson. But we have the level 1 keycard now. And if you listen carefully... Someone just got beat the shit out of. You can see on the minimap that something's just happened. I can see the light on your gun.
Don't move.
Oh, that's the censored. It's not the original. Oh, that makes sense.
So you killed the chief, you bastard.
In the I can't remember, I think it was the Japanese version, and I want to say it's the European version.
Don't move.
Johnny's just butt-ass naked over there. I didn't realize the American. I say that it might be a Master Collection thing. I don't know. But yeah, they stripped him down to his undies in this version, but he's usually completely butt-ass naked, and it's hilarious.
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookies' eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie.
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like we'll be a little delayed.
What are you doing? Don't think. Shoot!
Shoot, goddammit!
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
And what are you waiting for? Shoot!
I'm telling you, shoot!
I'm gonna hang out here, it makes it easier. Eventually someone's gonna throw a grenade in as well, so it's better for me to stand. There it is! Bye, Meryl. Never mind, she's invincible. And now we're done. I only have 2 bullets left. Can the last card have dropped, like, any ammo? That would have been nice.
Thanks for the help.
Wait!
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Hey, that's gonna be important for later, if you can fucking believe it.
You fool! You've killed him! I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
Hey, yeah, hi, we'll deal with you more later. That's one of the Foxhound units.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
But I just saw a man float.
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic.
Yep.
Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was
They were mentioned at the start, but to reiterate them, we have Psycho Mantis, we have Vulcan Raven, we have Sniper Wolf, we have Decoy Octopus, we have Revolver Ocelot, and then their leader is going by the codename Snake, specifically Liquid Snake. So they share a codename with us, just a slightly different version of it. Anything hiding under your bed? No. But yeah, no, in the original release, or like I said, or at least in the Japanese release, and Japanese and European release, this guy's butt-ass naked, but no, now he's just in his undies. But now we have a level 1 card, we can access more than we could before. Not everything! There's a level 6 fucking down here, but a lot of things. But with that level 1 card... Actually, no, before I go down, I'm going to go back up. There is a level 1 door up the top that I want to get. I believe for the mine detector. It's either the mine detector or the suppressor for the SOCOM. But one of them's in the armory and one of them's up here. I'm trying to remember which way round it is because it has been a while. Oh, you know what? Because I haven't saved yet. Hey, Mailing.
What can I do for you, Snake?
I want to save.
Snake, remember what the Gaul said. The graveyards are full of indispensable men. Snake, you're all alone and surrounded by bad guys. Try to be careful and avoid getting into a fight whenever you can.
You're right. Wow, you know all sorts of great quotes, don't you?
Well, both my parents are from Guangdong, China. But I was
Here it is. Born and raised in America.
I've always liked reading literature.
So why does her accent so strong?
Keeps me in touch. I'll share some more quotes with you if you
It's
like.
similar with Naomi, but Naomi makes a little less sense. Naomi's got like a slight British accent, and then when she comes back later in the series, that British accent's gone.
I'll think about it.
Oh no, here's the cardboard box. Oh, okay. Well, we are going to need that for later. The cardboard box is kind of iconic in Metal Gear Solid. It's literally just an alternate way of stealthing. If you stop moving, they might just think you're a box and walk straight past you. But it has another purpose. One that a lot of people, like... Oh, I'm trying to see if that's a level 1 door or level 2 door from here. That a lot of... If I just go over here in binoculars, I can find out. That a lot of people actually still to this day don't know about, and I've kind of known for years, so I will absolutely be informing. It's level 2, so we're done here. And it's that, and the cardboard boxes can be used for fast travel. But that will be more relevant later on, especially once we get a second box, because there are 3 cardboard boxes in this game. There's 3 cardboard boxes, and the reason why it works like that is because there's also 3 trucks. And if you find a truck and hide in it in a cardboard box, the location that is labeled on the box, so like here it says to heliport written on it, will be where you're taken. There's one on the heliport that we started the game on. There's one in a snowfield up ahead that we're going to get to later, and then there's one near like near the end of the game, and you can walk between the 3 of them by hopping in. Knowing it's there will save a lot of time, so learn it. If you're wondering what we're supposed to do now, there are destroyable or destructible walls around the area, and you can tell because they have a different texture on them, like here. And you can use the C4, run up, press square to activate them. At any point, press circle, it will blow it sky high, and you can get them open. The one that we need to blow up to continue onwards is actually at the bottom of the map. Oh, we won't get this one open. That's level 5. That one's... It literally says on the door, PSG-1. That's a sniper rifle. We're not getting that in a while. That's level 2. It's got the FAMAS. Level 1's got nades. The reason why I'm getting the thermal and whipping it out is that I think it's a different one, but I'm just paranoid. One of these has claymores in it, so I'm just being like cautious. But anyway, it's this that you're blowing up, this one down here. And your signal is going to get jammed when you're down here because you're going to be in too much of an intensive area, so be wary that you're not going to be able to see anymore. before we go in, I'm just going to get preemptively prepped because we've got a boss fight. It's time for us to encounter a Foxhound member. But anyway, there's Kenneth Baker. There's our arms tech president.
He's alive. You're the arms tech president, Kenneth Baker, right? Don't worry. I'm here to save you.
No, don't touch it.
C4.
Right. Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you?
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver Ocelot. I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake. Now we'll see if the man can live up to the legend. This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt Single Action Army. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. Now I'll show you why they call me Revolver.
You know, dude, I think I figured out pretty quickly why you were called Revolver. You don't need to tell me now.
Draw! Hiding won't help you. I understand the bullets you see. I make them go where I want.
The trick with this boss is that you get him run and you have to shoot across the wire. Just be careful you don't touch the wire and you don't accidentally hit Baker. Also, this bitch can deflect shots, as you just saw there, so be ready for that.
There's nothing like the feeling of slamming a long silver bullet.
Game? Game? I think we had a soft lock. Game? Fine. We didn't do too much before we saved. The game crashed, but at least we're still streaming. It didn't cut us off, and I'm glad I saved. Can you imagine if I hadn't? I mean, we lost a little bit of progress, but that's fine. Oh, I need to get the cardboard box in. You know what? I'll get the cardboard box when we circle around. Alright, note to self, save more often. This game isn't the most stable. Or this port of the game isn't the most stable. I'm glad I decided to save before we came down here then. Imagine if I hadn't, we would have just lost it all. Actually, I'm going to save this C4. We know that there's nothing we can pick up there. You can skip cutscenes, so we will skip that one. That we have to rerun it. The only thing that'll take you a second to adjust to... Yeah, let me save. The only thing that'll take you a second to adjust to in this game is circle is confirm, X is back. So anytime you see me kick off a menu like that, it's because I'm pressing X by accident because I'm just so used to X being confirm in like everything ever. Oh, whoops, shot Baker.
All right. Alive. Don't you want to settle this?
Oh.
I love the smell of corn. But you...
Nearly there. There we go, got him.
You're pretty good.
Oh, that's an iconic line that we'll be hearing a few times throughout this franchise. You're pretty good.
It's been a long time since I had such a good fight, but I'm just getting warm.
But now get ready, because we've got a lot of cutscenes ahead of us, so I'm going to put my controller down, like, readily. Because we got our first chunk where we're going to have about 10 to 15 minutes of just yapping. So get ready.
Stealth camouflage. Can't you even die right? You were lucky. We'll meet again. Who are you? I like you. I have no name.
That exoskeleton.
Also, I don't know why Snake SOCOM has a suppressor on it right now when I don't have one on it, but whatever.
Can you talk?
I need to try and get that suppressor soon, though.
I'm not one of them. The DARPA chief told me he gave them his detonation code. What about yours?
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you. You're from the Pentagon.
Answer my question. What about your code? There's no time.
I talked.
What? Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Surgical implants?
Kind of like a psychic insulation. Everyone who knows these top secret codes has it.
Hey, and there's your test. You know earlier I said, hey, the homework that the DARPA chief succumbed to Mantis? You're bringing it up now.
You heard him right?
Yeah, I'm sure. In that case, how did they get your code?
How did if he has something in his brain that literally makes it so Mantis couldn't get in? How did Mantis get in? Unless he was lying. That's like the first test where you're supposed to go, well, hang on a minute. It's a test to see how much you're paying attention to the game.
Looks like you're
and paying attention to the dialogue.
Was sliced off.
You're a funny man. So the DARPA chief, is he okay?
Dead.
What? Can't be. No, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up?
Calm down. What's wrong with you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree. But what do they really want?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry, always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists?
No, that woman.
Woman? Who?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female soldier, it must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit? Could that be the Colonel's niece?
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by codec. Until I was tied up here, that is.
Oh, you ready for this dumb bullshit?
Yes, she stole it.
Codec.
If she still has it,
Alright, Kenneth Baker. It's really vital to this mission. What's her codec number then?
What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Oh, sorry. I forgot.
What? Are you serious?
Oh, that's right. It should be on the back of the CD case. Try to contact her.
Oh, what, this bullshit.
Right away. But tell me, if this doesn't work...
He's not kidding when he says back of the CD case. You hear that? That's my PlayStation 1 case. That is my PS1 copy of Metal Gear Solid. If you flip it over to the back... Infiltrate a terrorist stronghold to crack a nuclear conspiracy. Focus your mind, sharpen your senses, and stay alive. Metal Gear Solid, tactical espionage action. And in the bottom, there's a bunch of screenshots of the game, because, you know, images. One of them says Merrill 140.15. They actually mean get your physical copy of the game and flip it round, and on the back of the case is there. It's genuinely funny.
The nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong. The threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been.
Oh, enjoy your nuclear footage.
Nuclear fuel and plutonium is
And so the politics starts to creep in. We've got to start talking about nuclear war in the real world.
Warehouse full of nuclear material.
No.
Drums and drums of nuclear waste stacked this high, as far as you can see. Because there's still no real way to dispose of the stuff.
So they just close the lid and try to pretend like it'll go away?
Essentially, yes. And they're not even doing a good job of storing it. Many of the drums are corroded, with nuclear waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
Not only that, but several pounds of muff are reported every year.
Muff.
Stands for material unaccounted for.
Yeah, materials unaccounted for.
That there's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials. Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War,
Something that genuinely blew my mind as a kid when I first experienced Metal Gear Solid was the use of real-world footage. It adds like an extra bleakness and dark realism and grittiness to a bunch of scenes across the whole series when they do it. And it's honestly something that's a shame that they use less and less as the franchise goes on. But after Metal Gear Solid 3, it becomes far less prevalent.
Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
You mean Metal Gear?
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes, and after my company lost their bid to produce the Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot of red tape and get a great lead time on your weapons production. And no one can bother you. Not even those bleeding heart liberals on the military...
Bribes.
I prefer to think of it as good business. Anyway, Metal Gear was going to be formally adopted after the results of this exercise were analyzed.
I don't give a crap about you and your company.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc. It's all here. The main hard drive was destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
What kind of data?
All the data collected from this exercise. Don't play dumb. I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me. They don't know this disc exists. Make sure you report this to Jim. To your boss. I'll give you my card too. It'll open up all security level 2 doors.
Can you walk?
No. No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
I have one more question. Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was Foxhound's dark little secret.
Dark little secret?
An experimental genome soldier.
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi.
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but... What did you do to me? Oh, no. Oh, no, it can't be. Those Pentagon bastards. So, they actually went and did it.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
What the hell?
Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too. I have no idea. Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but...
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but we won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn! Snake, I want you and Meryl to work together. Can I trust her? More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Yeah, aka
Snake,
get upstairs
get
first,
hold of
and
yourself.
then try and call Meryl.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right? Snake, I'm counting on you.
And this is what I mean. You see how our health bar just got bigger? When I was talking about earlier about the leveling system, when you beat bosses, you effectively level up. And not only does it give you more health, it allows you to carry more ammunition with almost all your equipment. Because previously we could only have 4 C4s, now we can have up to 6. And for now, we can't equip any more rations, but that will also be something that will sort itself out as we go on. But for now, it's time for us to get out of here. And because we have a level 2 keycard, there's a few extras that we can pick up while we're down here. And by that, I mean one more door. And there's also guards down here now, so be wary. But in here... Oh yeah, the disc on the exercise data, that's going to stay here. There's lasers. If instead you use your smokes, you can also barely see them. But as a consequence, it will start to burn on your health because, you know, smoking is bad. But over here is your pharmacy. So now we have an automatic weapon. But I'm going to be saving that, if you can believe it. I'm going to be saving it until we really need it. That's level 3. And the door over there is level 5, so we're pretty much done here. Because it's just going to be more C4 if we just... Well, there's none in here, but okay. But would have been more C4 if we had any. Yeah, I was just in case he drops anything. And I don't think there's anything in this corner up here, so no, we can leave. Then when we get up here, we can call Meryl. And we'll have to remember to pick up the box. Anyway. $14015.
Who are you?
I was really impressed with the way you busted yourself out of there.
The one from the prison?
You're the Colonel's niece, Meryl, right?
No, it's not him. Just exactly who are you?
I'm the fool that your uncle sent all alone into the middle of this whole mess.
You came by yourself? You think you're some kind of one-man army?
I don't need lectures. You're just like your uncle, you know?
How do you know my uncle?
We go way back.
What's your name?
My name's not important.
Aha. Could you be Snake? Are you Solid Snake?
That's what some people call me.
The legendary Solid Snake? You? Sorry about before. I wasn't sure if you were one of the good guys.
But I knew you were.
How?
It's your eyes.
My eyes?
They're not soldiers' eyes.
And they're rookies' eyes, right?
No, they're beautiful, compassionate eyes.
Oh, just what I'd expect from the legendary Solid Snake. You trying to sweep me off my feet?
Don't worry, you'll land back on them once you meet me. The reality is no match for the legend, I'm afraid.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Why did you look so surprised when you saw my face?
Because you look just like him.
You mean the terrorist leader, Liquid Snake?
Yeah, you know him? You're not brothers, are you?
I have no family.
So what's the deal then?
Who knows? Why don't you ask him? But first I want some information. You were involved in this exercise from the beginning. What exactly happened here?
I'm sorry. I was captured along with President Baker right after the terrorist attack.
That's okay. But what is this place? I don't think it's just a nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Boy, oh boy, it's just like them. Nobody told you anything, did they? Okay, you see, this place isn't really for disposing nuclear weapons. This base is owned and operated by a dummy corporation of arms tech.
This is a civilian base?
Right, for the development of Metal Gear.
Colonel.
Foxhound and the Next Generation Special Forces were called here for the test launching of a dummy nuclear warhead.
Why Foxhound?
Because they're a special ops group used to handling top-secret missions. They figured they could help keep it all hush-hush.
But we must have fired nuclear warheads before. Why just this time?
I heard it was because this was to be a final test before the formal adoption of the Metal Gear program. Well, that's what I heard anyway.
Sounds kind of fishy. So what do you think the terrorists want?
Sorry. I'm not sure. I was captured with President Baker right after the revolt started.
Oh yeah, that's when he gave you the detonation code override keys, right?
That's right.
Amazing you were able to keep him hidden from the guards.
Well, women have more hiding places than men. Anyway, you met Baker.
I should probably mention that, and this continues for most of the series, the Metal Gear series every now and then gets pretty fucking, like, horny. Like, we already had, like, the weird zoom in on her butt as she was running away, and that's gonna be important later. We've already had the fact that Snake's literally flirted with anything with a pair of tits, like, all game long. Like, Mei Ling, he's flirted with. Naomi, he's flirted with. Now, like, Meryl, he's flirted with. Like, he is every fucking time.
Yet. Do you know the person who designed
1998, different time.
Dr. Emmerich?
Yes. Is he still alive?
But yeah, we have someone else we can look for as well.
He should be in the
Over in the
research
research lab, which is the next building along.
Storage building to the north.
Second floor basement.
Yeah, that's where his lab is. I think they're forcing him to work on the nuclear launching program.
Essentially, the way the map structure works is that it's just like separated buildings with snow planes in between them.
In case we can't override the detonation code in time, I need to ask him how to destroy Metal Gear.
So like we're currently in the hangar building, but then the next building is the research building. There's a building that's like a giant tower, and then at the end of it, beyond that, is the Metal Gear research facility.
There's a cargo door on the first floor of this building that leads to the north.
What's the security level of the door there?
5. But it's okay. I've got a level 5 card.
Well, I've got to go save the doctor. You should go.
I'm going with you.
No way. You're still too green. I want you to hide somewhere.
I'm not green.
Oh, yes you are. You pause for just 1 second in front of your enemy and it's all over. Good luck doesn't last forever.
I don't know what happened. I just couldn't pull the trigger right away. I never had any problems in training, but when I thought about my bullets tearing through those soldiers' bodies, I hesitated.
Shooting at targets and shooting at living, breathing people are different.
Ever since I was a little girl, I always dreamed about being a soldier. Every day of my life, I've trained my mind and body for the one day when I could finally see some real action, and now...
So what now? You want to quit?
I can't quit. I can't allow myself to quit now.
Listen, Meryl. Everybody feels sick the first time they kill someone.
The song currently playing in the background for the record is called "The Best That's Yet to Come."
In a war, all of mankind's
Well, the best
worst
is yet to come,
worst
sorry.
traits come out. It's easy to forget what a sin is in the middle of a battlefield.
But this isn't
We'll
a
listen to the
war.
full version
It's a
of it because it's the
terrorist
credits
action.
theme as well for the record.
Just
I know I'm
jumping
talking way
from
ahead here.
combat high.
But we'll listen to the full
You've
version with
evidently
it
your
later, and I
bloodstream's
genuinely think
starting
this
to
song's
thin out.
beautiful.
Just take it easy.
All of like the credits or like central
learned all
songs
about
of each
combat
Metal
high
Gear
at
Solid
the
game
academy.
have
We'll
some
talk
of like
about
the
it
most
later.
beautiful tracks
For
I've ever
now,
heard in gaming.
Just think about keeping yourself alive.
Like we haven't even got to
If I get out of here
I can't say
alive,
goodbye
I'll think
can't say
about
goodbye
that
to
other
yesterday, which is Metal Gear 2's
Okay.
credits theme,
Let me
or
try
Way
to
to
say this
Fall,
another
MGS3's
way.
credits
Stay
theme.
the hell out of
They are
my
also
way.
very powerful and beautiful songs.
stuff. You're a real bastard, just like my uncle said.
And it's a shame too, because it's
I told
something
you,
that they started
real
moving
me is no
away
match
from
for the
more and
legend.
more as it went on, and started leaning on having,
Looks like you
admittedly,
were right.
very fitting and very effective, but unfortunately
Okay, Snake.
licensed music for their credits themes near the end.
We'll link up after I grab the doctor.
Like I feel
Then
like the
we'll take
last
care
Metal Gear
of the
Solid
detonation
game to
code
have like an
override.
original credits
Gotcha.
theme.
But
What it seems
listen,
that is
I
Metal
know
Gear
this story
Solid,
better
as in like
than you.
specifically
Call me
Solid,
if you
is
have any
Peace Walker.
questions.
If we're talking the Metal Gear brand in
Careful,
total, then
okay?
technically it's Rising.
After I open up the cargo door, I'll contact you.
But anyway, now we're up here. I'm gonna fucking I pressed X again. I'm gonna call Mei Ling and save as well, just because now after that crash,
Code Snake?
which I'm glad it was only on the game side and not like the whole collection, so I could just soft reset it and we didn't lose our stream.
Snake, listen to what Lo Chi said. He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Just because you see an item doesn't mean that you always have to get it. If you don't really
Oh, I'm ignoring that rule. I am ignoring that one. Just because you can see an item does not mean you need to get it. But I always need it, Mei Ling. Also, if you were wondering like why I was super quiet, I genuinely love the story and lore of like the franchise in Metal Gear. And so although, especially the codec calls, because we're just staring at two faces talking, there is going to be a lot of times where I'm just not talking and I'm letting the game do its thing. Hey, there's a suppressor. Yeah, to get the suppressor to equip, all you do is go to it in your items and go to it here, and then it's on. We could have gotten it when we got the key 1, but I just forgot to check the door down here. But we do need to go back up anyway, because there is a mine detector, which I won't be using because the thermals are way more helpful. And the box 1 that we need to go back and pick up again because, you know, we lost our save. But because we're suppressed, I am going to be using my pistol a little bit more. And then we can get away with it for, like, right this second, because we're not going to need our gun for the next boss. We're going to need the grenades. So as long as I'm not yeeting grenades everywhere, we're fine. What? I just...
Snake, I unlocked the cargo
thank
door
you.
for you.
Thanks. Where are you?
Where I can see ya.
Don't move around too much.
Don't worry, I'm disguised in this enemy uniform.
You won't be for long with the way you walk.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Listen, Snake, the cargo door is
Yeah,
like
what
an
Snake's getting at
airlock.
is like, you don't... Like, oh, the other guys walk super stiffly. You wiggled your ass like nobody's business. I saw it. You're looking at my ass? No.
Okay, so we'll meet
Metal Gear.
storage building.
Wait.
Snake, are you okay?
Stay put and be a good girl.
I changed my mind.
Don't get careless. That's when things always turn sour.
Sorry, but this is the only way I can figure out whether or not I'm cut out to be a soldier. I gotta get my
But
hands
Meryl,
on
if it turns out you're not, you're just going to die.
You're gonna get yourself killed.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, the cargo door's been opened, so we can proceed onwards. There's laser, you can see them from here, there's red laser walls there. For the love of God, of all the lasers to get caught by, don't get caught by those lasers. Because I believe it's instant kill. And if you're sitting there going, well, what the fuck, what do you mean? The door locks and they put poisonous gas in the room, and we don't have a gas mask or anything really. We disintegrate, we fall apart. Oh, a little trick. If you're like, hold down like the square button every now and then just unequip when so you don't fire afterwards. It's a very easy way of finding out like that if you can shoot someone from here. Because your Sonic's aim's like shifted along. That's because you can aim onto that guard. Which is also why it's so important to get the suppressor at some point. But there's our mine detector. because you can use that as information to then deal with a guard from a safe distance. Usually you do this, and if Snake suddenly does like if you're holding square and Snake suddenly does like this, you know he's locked onto someone, and that lock-on won't break. And in MGS1, it's beautiful. In MGS2, I don't know if it's a hot take. I fucking hate the lock-on in MGS2 because I feel like it puts you in more trouble than it solves. But in MGS2, they make it that if you press L1, it will activate and deactivate the lock-on entirely. So you can make it so that it won't happen full stop. But anyway, head in here, and you turn on the thermals. Hey, there's a lot of lasers here. Which are about to get warned by the way.
Be careful, Snake. That airlock is set with infrared sensors. You probably can't see them with your naked eyes, but there are infrared beams coming out of that wall. Touch any one of them, and the doors
will be sealed off, and the place will be flooded with poisonous gas. Basically, you'll die, Snake. Oh, great.
You've got to get through without setting off those sensors.
So you can use smokes, you can use infrared, and I prefer to use infrared, so I just think it's much more helpful. However, as you can kind of see in the footage, sometimes it's a little awkward to kind of like get the depth perception of where the lasers are. So take it slow and make a point of kind of like registering for yourself where each laser is, and then only move when you're ready. Because it is kind of hard to see on the eye, especially unfortunately under the thermals, to actually like get a good idea of where the lasers are. Hey, now we're outside. I'm actually going to save again, if you can believe it, because we've got a boss coming up.
What can I do for you, Snake?
And it's not too hard once you know what you're doing. You just got to know what you're doing.
Snake, like Shakespeare said, "Nought's had, all spent, while our desire is got without content." Basically,
meaning?
It means that your desire can get you into trouble if you're not careful.
Oh.
That goes for items, too.
This is the second call in a row. Mailing, lose this number. Actually, no, don't lose it. I need to save. But lose this ideology of me not going for things. I'm going for them. Hey, equip the mine detector. You can see mines up there. And you can see which way they're facing. However, if you use our trusty thermals, you can just see them on the ground. You can go in front... Oh, we're getting called to be warned about the mines.
Snake, be careful. There are claymore mines around there. Use a mine detector.
Who are you?
Just call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat?
You couldn't have come up with literally anything else. Do you know what Deep Throat means?
You're not using burst transmission. Are you nearby?
Listen, there's a tank in front of your position waiting to ambush you.
Who are you, anyway?
One of your fans.
Also, that's a reference. When at the end of it, Deep Throat says one of your fans, that's a reference. There is a character in original Metal Gear 2 that kind of served the same purpose, where he was just a voice in the shadows that offered help for Snake. But in that game, he referred to himself as just Snake's number one fan. So Deep Throat saying that is literally just a callback. And it also doubles over as a hint that Deep Throat is someone who was from Metal Gear 2, and so would know to make that reference. But that's really reaching in the sense of, like, most people were first introduced to Metal Gear with this game. Asking them to know that is a lot, so don't worry about it. Let me just check I'm not going insane. I think that's the last of the mines. It is. Right, let's proceed. Anyway, next boss. You know, just reasonably a tank. But we're going to get introduced to Vulcan Raven. Another of the Foxhound unit.
Snakes don't belong in Alaska. I will not let you pass. Send him a message. That's right, you belong on the ground. You should crawl on the ground like the snake you are. Come, let's fight.
throw a chaff, and then get ready to split your grenade and push forward. Actually, I'll throw another now we're getting close. The reason why you do that is because the actual tank bit itself will lock onto you. Oh fuck. Scatter! Drop that grenade!
See how you like this?
So yeah, if you don't want to get shot by the actual, like, cannon of the fucking gun, you know, like the tank, dude, like, throw out a chaff. There's only the machine gun you have to worry about. But yeah, the whole strategy is throwing grenades up. An alternate strategy, and I don't really feel the need to do it, and rather save my claymores. The claymores you just picked up, you can use them to make this vehicle stop by having the tank go over it. Also, I caught myself in my own explosion a little there, but we win. But once you, like, a lot of the boss fights in this game are pretty difficult when you're trying to figure out what you're doing, but pretty easy once you know it. Like, Ocelot will just gun you down and run away from you if you don't know to shoot across the corner. And if you don't know to throw a tank at the gunner's chair, you're always going to get fucked. And if you don't know to chaff grenade it, you're going to take the tank's central cannon to the face.
We'll play with him a little longer.
But oh yeah, Vulcan Raven lived.
He is just as you said.
So that's 2 for 2 for Snake not actually double tapping a body. Because he didn't get the kill on Ocelot and he didn't get the kill on Vulcan Raven.
See? I told you so, but I will kill him.
So, General Ivan, I hear he took your hand as well as your dignity.
Watch your tongue, shaman.
In the language of the Sioux people, Sioux means snake. It is known as an animal to be feared.
Well, Snake is mine now. When I meet him next, I'll take special care of him.
Not yet. Don't kill him yet.
He and I will meet again in battle.
Same prediction as always?
Yes. The raven on my head. It thirsts for his blood.
Hey, that's cool and all, and thanks for the health upgrade that we're about to get, but there's stuff back out there I want to go pick up. Let me go pick up this ration and then we will. But we're in the second building. And also, yeah, don't worry about it. You can absolutely just go back. Also, we got the level 3 keycard from the guard that flew out from the tank in front of us, so we can access more. Hey, if we wanted to, there's something else in the armory we can go pick up now, but I would rather wait until a little later to circle back for that. But there is a few... There's the blown up tank. There's something over there. There's a few little shindigs here and there we can pick up. But that's why I said I didn't mind using my bullets, because I knew we don't need them. In Twin Snakes, the GameCube remake, they put like a grating line like around here-ish that you can like slot into like this and just dive under. Just checking until no one's been a nuisance. Yeah, but it's been, to be honest, it's been about as usual in my stream, like, you know, like relatively quiet, people just hopping in. I'm aware, and I've always been aware of this, the majority of my viewers watch in post. So it's more just I have to pay attention to like if people leave weird comments or something afterwards, but then that's no different than usual. Actually, you know, now I've just scanned this area and I'm down here, I might as well just detour back to the armory. And get it while I'm here. Yeah, we're 2 bosses down, though, if you're just checking in. We beat Roveros a lot and had our long chat. Do I still have to worry about this? Oh, fuck, I do. And you know what? Actually, no, I'm not going to bother it yet, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the lazy way to get around it. I'm gonna wait until we get box 2 and warp back there. So then I don't have to deal with the laser. I'll just warp there. Maybe it's the opposite. I didn't post that, fair enough. But it's why like some of my streams, it's like you look at the views and it's like what do you mean this had like 50 views? Like there's only like one person in chat. It's because it's all in post. So I'm genuinely used to it. A lot of it is just because of the time I stream. A lot of people that might be interested in watching it are asleep when I stream. Actually, I'll save again.
What can I do for you, Snake?
I'm only here for one thing. Your beautiful, beautiful voice and to save my game.
Snake, in China, they say you must.
Is this going to be another way of saying, like, don't pick up items? Because it was going to be the third one.
What that means? It means that the wise man avoids danger first.
Oh, okay, avoid traps.
Avoid traps and stay away
No, told him me. When I first started streaming, I got a whole bunch of Australian viewers for a while, which, when you think makes sense, because in the time I was streaming, what sort of time it'd be there, but a lot of them faded over time. I'm going to be honest, the moment I started getting into more anime things was the moment a lot of them got filtered out. Like, to be blunt. Like, the moment I started playing, like, more RPGs and shit was the moment they all started getting filtered out.
Be careful. You absolutely must not use weapons.
Oh, this bullshit. You're not allowed to use weapons here because it will cause poisoning, like the poison gas to explode. But and then Naomi just goes, oh, I've just made it so you can't.
Have you forgotten? That's where they keep.
There's nuclear warheads in here, so you can't shoot.
Yeah, there's lots of boxes piled up here, but are they all warheads? Yes, they're all dismantled warheads. They just leave them here? It's like President Baker said.
And to be fair, what also didn't help is when I streamed basically only Blue Reflection for like 3 months straight. there was a point in time where that became such a hyper fixation for me in my early streaming, where that was like literally all I played for like 3 months straight. And that was back when I wasn't working anywhere as much, so I had way more free time. So that was back when I was streaming 6 days a week. And all of those streams were like 4 to 5 hours long. And I only played that like Blue Reflection and Blue Reflection Second Light like between them for like 3 months straight. It was a difficult time if you wanted me to display anything fucking else. Anyway, we straight up can't use our guns here, so for the love of God, don't get caught, because the enemies are idiots and won't know that they shouldn't be shooting. Also, this is the second truck I was talking about. If I whip out the cardboard box A and just sit in this truck, it will fade to black and this truck will drive over to the helipad at the start of the game. But I want to get box 2 before we do it so I can walk back here, because box 2 takes us to this one. You know how it is. We can throw chaffs at least to get rid of the cameras, which I will sacrifice one to do this. I just need to be careful because there is a guard up here somewhere. And because I've chaffed, I can't see. Oh yeah, he's over there. Is he coming this way? Is he oh, he's coming this way. Fuck. They're the same people. Yeah, it is what it is. When I started streaming, it was Danganronpa and then horror games. And it was just when I kind of got a little burnt out of doing horror stuff that I was like, you know what, I'm going to start just playing games I want to play. And I was really curious about Blue Reflection for a while, and it was on sale. We're in trouble. Run, 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 run. Let me out, let me out. No, no, let me out. We're in trouble. We need to get out of here now or we're going to fucking suffocate. Get me out of here. No, 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 no. Ah!
What's wrong? Snake! Snake!
It's the only trouble with MGS1. If you nudge a guard before you grab them, it counts as an alert. Like, that's something that's just like, you know, once again, a PS1 limitation kicking in, but they get rid of that starting MGS 2 and 3. The whole nudge equals death. Or nudge equals an alert. You have to catch them without touching them. Okay, no, No, he's already over there. I instinctively went there so it'd give me time to think about it. If you're paranoid, you can just do that and then take the opportunity to run by, get your things, and get out of there before they get up. Because that, for some reason, won't count as an alert. Even though if I was a guard and just got punched twice and kicked around the head, I would raise a fucking alarm. But for some reason, that doesn't count. Equally, you can do this. Trying to play Dark Rose Valkyrie. How hard's the list? I mean, the fact that you're saying torture yourself tells me it's going to be brutal, but humour me, how hard's the list? Oh, pissing by yourself, handsome? This isn't hard with the DLC. Oh, fair enough. Oh, well, you mean kind of like what I had with Atelier Riser 1, where the DLC kind of like deleted the difficulty of one of the trophies. It's like make high quality stuff, because one of the DLC just gives you super high quality stuff. I'm calling the police. This is what I'm being. Fuck. I tried to be quick on the I tried to be quick on the draw, just barely wasn't quick enough. Ow! Oh, Nikita, we need that. Have you not heard that meme? Have you not heard that meme? Oh, pissing by yourself, handsome? I think it's pissing alone by yourself, handsome, or something like that. No. Like it's supposed to be like a super like seductive feminine voice, and you just, oh, pissing by yourself, handsome. And like for some reason, like the internet being the internet just picked it up and found it really funny. I say for some reason, I'm part of the problem because I find it funny. What door level's this? 5! And that's 6! Where's it even from? I honestly... Fuck. I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know off the top of my head. Hey, buddy. I'm not here. You didn't see me crawl under this desk. So I just had to reset my microphone, which auto pauses the game. Yay, it's one of them. Oh fuck. The worst version I heard was someone just doing it, like doing it as a voice, like it was already memeing on it. I want to say it was like someone doing Rouge the Bat's voice. It was like fucking from Sonic. I want to say that's when I first like happened to scroll upon it on Twitter and go, what the fuck is this? Anyway, we picked up a Nikita missile launcher, which we need for the next room, so it's good that we picked it up now. Hey, there's electric flooring here. We can't pass it unless we blow up the electric panel, which is in like the northwest corner of this bloody building. Oh, speaking of directions, I've been using a guide for Metal Gear 2, and it's really good and pretty damn detailed. 3 separate times now, they've got their compass points mixed up, and I'm like, no, you can't be doing that with a fucking guide, my man.
Watch out, that place is filled with gas. Also, the floor is electrified. First, destroy the high voltage switch. It's the switchboard on the northwest wall.
There's been 3 times where it said northwest corner and it's in the northeast corner they're talking about, and I've just had to go, oh god damn it. But because it's happened 3 times now, I never trust it. So like anytime it says, oh yeah, go to the northwest, I'm like, is it? Is it? I know it's north because you at least know your north and south, but is there anything else you need to tell me? Ah, damn it. Let me reset. If you're having trouble with this, if you hold triangle, you can do it in first person, which, to be fair, I probably should be doing. Oh fuck! It sped up. It sped up when I wasn't expecting it to. It's a guide then. I mean, like, it is telling me like where to go and what to do. It's literally just the equivalent of typos, in that sense. You know, like it's just the equivalent of like they keep on like it's like 3 times now they've got a compass point wrong. They've got their east and west mixed up. I think it'd be more accurate to say it's a sometimes unhelpful guide. Why is it lagging so much? Jesus. Anyway, here's the thing we need to blow up. But it has been very helpful for getting me through classic Metal Gear 2. Because that game is a fucking riddle. And I'm going to be blunt now. The original Metal Gear 1, that I'm never going to say never to original Metal Gear 1. I am going to say never to Metal Gear 2. It's not that I don't like it, it's that the game's a fucking riddle, so I am not interested. The moment the game said, oh, to find a way forward, you need to understand tap code, as in like real life tap code, was the moment I went, yeah, no, fuck yourself, I'm good. And let me get out the guide. I am not interested in learning actual tap code just to proceed. Anyway, there's a gas mask in here. The gas mask doesn't make you immune, it just makes it so you can last longer. Alright, now we're good to get out of here. Actually, I say we got up here to check we can quickly do, because this door's, I know, yeah, this door I'm pretty sure was going to be locked. And then one more chat for the road. We're going to make a long run all the way to the door. So we need keycard 4 to get the rest of this. We do want to come back here. Ow, ow, you're a gun turret. Okay. At least you didn't set off an alarm. We do need to come back here when we get a higher key. There's body armor in one of the rooms. After this cutscene, I'm going to save again because we've got another boss fight. And it's a long one too. It's actually one that, in my opinion, is actually kind of difficult.
It looks like they were cut by some type of blade.
If only there was a ninja that I bumped into that would fit the description of someone who might have killed someone here. Man, I can't think of anyone.
Snake, you can't use the radar because something's jamming it. And whatever's doing it is very close to you. Be careful.
The music is also just someone talking nonsense.
Be careful, Snake.
It's a ghost.
Oh, that reminds me. Thanks for saying Ghost Guard. There's a trophy I need to get in this game. That's one of the missable ones. As I said, it's like the only real missable one is you need to take a picture of a ghost. So at some point, when we find the digital camera, I need to go take a ghost picture. I know there's supposed to be one ghost in every single room, but I only know where one is off by heart, so I'll just go get that one. In the men's toilets where I murdered that man peeing, there's one on one of the urinals. Also, despite this door being level 4, because Grey Fox broke it, or the ninja, sorry, we can just go in. Oh, it's time to meet, unironically, a character that I went on to love as the franchise went on. He's a complete dork idiot in this game, but as I learned more about this young man here, the more I really respected and appreciated his character. What starts out as a weird dorky joke character ends up becoming someone really enjoyable as it goes on.
What next? Snake. You're that ninja.
I've been waiting for you, Snake.
Who are you?
Neither enemy nor friend. I am back from a world where such words are meaningless.
The cyborg ninja shares a voice actor with Donald Anderson, the DARPA chief. Despite the fact they bring back this voice actor alongside with every single other returning cast member for the Twin Snakes remake, for some reason they recast them the ninja anyway, but still kept him as voicing the DARPA chief. They just decided to make it a different actor for some reason.
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
It's like one of my Japanese animes. Shut the fuck up, Otacon.
What is it, revenge?
This professor is Hal Emmerich, who we're trying to find because he might have information on us trying to help us stop Metal Gear. Now that they have both the detonation codes.
I will kill you, or you will kill me. It makes no difference. Fine. He can watch from inside there.
I need that man. Keep your hands off him.
Now, make me feel it. Make me feel alive again.
Fuck you. Just punch him in the face. Make me feel alive again. If you whip out his gun, he'll whip out his sword and deflect bullets. But if you stick to your fists, he will put his sword away.
Only a fool trusts his life to a weapon.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Oh, but if you really want to ruin his day, he is mechanical. In fact, just to demonstrate. Oh, I could be a real bitch. Hang on. Oh, wait, okay, he's immune to explosives. Fuck me then, I guess. I thought I'd get away with that. Hey, get back here. Alright, kick over that chair, don't you? Don't let me stop you. Sorry, this is a long fight, so get, like, you still knuckle down. It's the longest fight, well, one of the longest fights in the game. Oh, time for this. Also, Police Notes! There's a Police Notes reference in the background, which is a game, another game that he made. Whoops, no, I need my rations. I saw the number 3 and I was like, yeah, I have 3 of them. Oh, okay, this is the nothing personal son phase. Just punch at him to bait him to do it, and then back up and then jump in. Ow, fuck. But try not to get hit, because he hurts like a bitch if he hits you now.
Do you remember, Snake? The feel of battle. The clashing of bone and sinew.
You can't bring out the Nikita hit? Oh, why not? Almost there. That's game. Ow, fuck. Oh, I was too close. There we go, now we're done. That's the ninja fight.
I felt that, Snake. Do you remember me now?
Can't be. You were killed in Zanzibar.
Metal Gear 2. For those who are unaware. Metal Gear 2 took place in Zanzibar land.
What's happening?
Is it over?
Gray Fox. Colonel, that ninja is Gray Fox. No doubt about it. Ridiculous. You of all people should know he died in Zanzibar.
No. He should have died, but he didn't.
What?
It happened before I joined Foxhound's medical staff. They were using a soldier for their gene therapy experiments.
I never heard that.
It happened right after you retired. My predecessor, Dr. Clark, was in charge.
Dr. Clark?
Yes. He started the gene therapy project.
And here's the... I said earlier at the stream that there'd be a little retcon that that later in the series did, that I was going to acknowledge this stream. We're on it. During this, Naomi refers to Dr. Clark as a he, but in Metal Gear Solid 3, we're introduced to a young lady called Paramedic, and she is Dr. Clark. They changed that in Metal Gear Solid 3. They changed it to a woman.
And kept him drugged for 4 years while they experimented on him like a plaything.
I imagined it was more just a case of... It was more of a throwaway line in this game, so they thought, what does it matter? But it's just a little thing that, when you know, you pick up on. But they're actually referring to Paramedic, a character from Metal Gear Solid 3.
About this sooner?
Because it's confidential information.
Is that the only reason? Naomi, what happened to Gray Fox after that?
The record says he died in the explosion.
I see. But even if that ninja is Gray Fox, the question is, why? From what I could tell, he didn't know who he was. Are you saying that he's just a mindless robot? I'm not sure, but he seems intent on fighting me to the death. We'll meet again. I know it.
So you'll fight again? Until you kill him?
I'd rather not. But maybe that's what he wants.
Also, you've got another decent chunk of cutscenes coming up, so settle down, kids.
Are you one of them?
No, I'm not. I always work alone.
Alone? Are you an otaku too?
Come on, get out.
No, Otacon, get out of here. I mean, I don't know your name yet. Hal Emmerich, get out of here. Or your code name yet.
Your uniform is different than theirs.
You're the Metal Gear Chief Engineer, Hal Emmerich, right?
You know me?
I heard about you from Meryl.
Oh, so you're here to rescue me?
Sorry, but no. There's something that I've got to do first.
Oh. Well, at least you're not one of them.
Huh. Are you hurt?
I'm okay. I just twisted my ankle a little bit trying to get away.
Well, if that's all, it's nothing to worry about. I want to ask you something. I need information about Metal Gear.
Huh? Metal Gear?
Yeah. What's Metal Gear really designed for?
It's a mobile TMD. It's designed to shoot down nuclear missiles. Only for defensive purposes, of course.
Fire! I already know that Metal Gear is nothing but a nuclear-equipped walking deathmobile.
Nuclear? What are you talking about?
The terrorists are planning to use Metal Gear to launch a nuclear missile. You telling me you didn't know?
They're gonna put a dismantled warhead into Metal Gear's TMD missile module?
Wrong. From the beginning, the purpose of this exercise was to test Metal Gear's nuclear launch capability using a dummy nuclear warhead. The terrorists are just continuing the work you started.
No, you're wrong.
I heard it directly from your boss, Baker.
No. A nuclear missile on Rex?
So you really didn't know?
No. All the armament was built by a separate department, and the President personally supervised the final assembly of the main unit.
President Baker?
Yeah. I was never told exactly what they armed Rex with. I only know it's equipped with a Vulcan cannon, a laser, and a railgun.
A railgun, you said?
Yeah. It uses magnets to fire bullets at extremely high velocities. The technology was originally developed for the SDI system and later scrapped. We were successful in miniaturizing it, in a joint venture between ArmsTech and Rivermore National Labs. The railgun is on Rex's right arm.
Metal Gear's main function is to launch nuclear missiles. You sure you're not forgetting something?
It's true that Metal Gear has a missile module on his back that can carry up to 8 missiles, but are you saying it was originally meant to carry nuclear missiles?
Yeah, but that's not all I think. If Metal Gear fired only standard nuclear missiles, then they should already have all the practical data they need.
No. Could it be? Metal Gear's co-developer, Rivermore National Labs, was working on a new type of nuclear weapon.
Time for a history lesson, guys.
They were using NOVA and NIF laser nuclear fusion testing equipment and supercomputers.
So they developed a new type of nuclear weapon in a VR testing lab, huh?
Yes, but you can't use virtual data on a battlefield. They would need actual launch data. These are some of the supercomputers. If you link these, you can test everything in a virtual environment. But it's all just theoretical.
So this exercise was designed to test the real thing.
What did our president do? If the terrorists launched that thing... Damn! Damn! I'm such a fool. It's all my fault. The truth is, my grandfather was part of the Manhattan Project. He suffered with the guilt for the rest of his life. And my father...
The fucking... your dad, Hal,
6th, 1945.
was born on fucking August 6th, 1945. Oh. Yeah, 3 generations of Emmerich are tied to nuclear weaponry. Now with Hal helping out with the with Metal Gear, unaware it's going to be used for nuclear weapons launch.
Nuclear weapons written into our DNA.
But Hal, your dad, oh boy, if I ever gathered like some of the later games in the Metal Gear series, Jesus Christ, your dad is a colossal piece of shit.
But the one that wound up getting used was me. Using science to help mankind. It's just in the movies.
That's enough crying. Pull yourself together. Where is Metal Gear? Where on this base are they keeping it?
Rex is in the underground maintenance base.
Where's that?
North of the communications tower, but it's a long way there.
The emergency override system for the detonation code is there too?
Yeah, in the maintenance base control room. You'd better hurry. If they were planning a launch from the start, then their ballistic program is probably finished. And since they haven't called for me in a few hours, they must not need me. In other words, they must be ready to launch.
Meryl's got the detonation code override keys. We'll link up with her.
If we can't override the launch, we'll have to destroy Rex. I'll show you the way.
On that leg of yours, you'll just slow me down.
You'll need me if you're gonna destroy Rex.
I don't need you. I just need your brain.
I created Rex. It's my right, my duty to destroy him.
If you get a chance, try to escape. When the coast is clear, I'll contact you by codec.
How am I supposed to escape from an island?
Okay.
So what then?
I want you to hide somewhere and keep me informed. You know this place well, don't you?
Of course I do. And don't worry, I've got this. It's the same stealth technology as the Ninja. Foxhound was gonna use them, but with this I'll be fine. Bad leg and all.
Good. But I want Meryl to watch after you too.
So let me just stand here awkwardly and get a hold of her. Don't you worry about it, Icon.
Meryl, the engineer's okay.
That's a relief.
I want you
Why
to
can I
look
hear,
after
like,
him.
Psycho
Where are you
Mantis'
now?
theme song in the background? What are you doing?
Oh no! Damn, they've spotted me.
Meryl, what happened?
Something's wrong.
Did you hear something? Wasn't that some kind of music?
What did she look like?
She was wearing the same green uniform as the terrorists.
Oh, this is where they're gonna actually teach you how to spot Meryl out from the other guards.
Disguise?
And it's the funniest fucking stupidest thing.
Kind of wiggles her behind.
Yeah, you have to actually...
Well, she's got a very cute behind.
Shut the fuck up. You're supposed to pay attention to whose ass is wiggling when they walk.
The enemy. You'll have to contact her when she's alone, huh? There's only one place where we can be sure she's by herself.
Where's that?
Don't be so dense.
Yeah, what Hal is alluding to here is that she's the only woman in the whole base, so realistically, where's the only place she'll be left alone? The woman's bathroom.
You're not in pain, are you?
Oh, this is funny too. The past two people Snake has had to like help out have died of a random heart attack, so he's just expecting Otacon to have one too. So he's just like, you okay?
I'm a little nervous. Everyone else has
Yeah.
Bad luck.
Forget it, Doctor.
Call me Otacon.
Otacon?
It stands for Otaku Convention.
Fucking...
An otaku's a guy like me who likes Japan
when I was a kid and I just knew he was called Otacon, I never thought of it. Like, the bombshell when I first played Metal Gear Solid, back when I was a kid and finding out that it stood for, like, Otaku Convention.
And Japanese cartoons played some part.
Oh, and the footage is from Police Noughts, which was Kojima's previous work before MGS.
Science to make nuclear weapons.
I've never actually played Police Noughts. I want to change that one day. It's just never happened.
I became a scientist because I wanted to make robots.